Hi, boys and girls. We are going to finish your Lesson 13 problem set together. You should have completed all of number 2 in the Great Minds video. If you didn't, you need to go back and do that now because it's very, very important. So we are working on multiplying by 9, and we're looking at some different tricks that we can use to figure out our 9 times tables. So let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says skip count by 9 in letter A. So we can fill in our skip counts. And as we're doing this, we can be thinking 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9 times 3. You can use your chart to fill this in. 45, 54. Remember to count by 9s. We can add 10 and take 1 away. So 54 plus 10 minus 1 is 63. 81 and 90. Letter B says, look at the tens place in the count by. So let's take a look at the tens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in our tens place. What is the pattern? It goes up or increases by 1 each time. And letter C says, look at the ones place in the count by. And what is the pattern? We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's right. It goes down by 1 or decreases by 1 each time. So you should have number 2 all filled in. If you don't, you need to go back and do the video again. And now let's take a look at number 3. Analyze the equations in problem 2. What is the pattern? That's a big word, analyze. That word analyze means to go back and study it. And what did you find is the pattern when you do that? Look at the answers in your number 2 equations. And again, you should see that the tens increase by 1 in the products, and the ones decrease by 1 each time in each of the products. So let's use the pattern to find the next 4 facts, and we need to show our work. So we know that 10 times 9 is equal to 90. 11 times 9 is 99, right? Now, if that's the case, let's go ahead. Now, in that case, the tens didn't increase by 1, but we're going to start with 11 times 9 to try to figure out some of these harder problems. So 12 times 9. If our tens increase by 1, so that would be 10, and their ones go down, it's 108. 13 times 9 should be 11. The tens goes up by 1, and the 8, the ones decreases by 1. 14 times 9, the tens become 12 tens, and the 7 ones become 6 ones. Now let's study letter C. Kent notices another pattern in problem 2. His work is shown below. He sees the following. The tens digit in the product is 1 less than the number of groups. So here we have 2 times 9. He noticed that the tens in the answer, in the product, is 1 less than that. And for the ones digit, he noticed that it is 10 minus the number of groups. Look at 3 times 9. The product of 3 times 9 is 1 less than the number of groups, and the 7 in the ones place is the result of 10 minus 3. Same for 4 times 9. 3 in the answer is 1 less, so 1 less than the number of groups, and the 6 in the ones is 10 minus the number of groups. Same thing for 5 times 9. Go ahead and pause the video and use that strategy, use Kent's strategy to solve 6 times 9 and 7 times 9. Welcome back. So 6 times 9 is equal to 54. And if you use this strategy, if you didn't know 6 times 9 is 54, you could have done 6 minus 1, 6 minus 1, which gives you the tens number, and 10 minus 6, which gives you the ones. Same with 7 times 9. I could do the number of groups minus 1 and get 6 in the tens, and do 10 minus 7 and get 3 in the ones. Letter D says show an example of when Kent's pattern doesn't work. Kent's pattern does not work with 12 times 9. And if you look up here, we had 108. Well, that is not a result of the number of groups minus 1, is it? So 12 times 9 is the exception to the rule. Boys and girls, you're going to complete number 4 on your own and submit it to me for grading. Number 4 says, each equation contains a letter representing the unknown. Find the value of each unknown, then write the letters that match the answers to solve the riddle. And the riddle says, how do you make 1 vanish? So you're solving the equations. Try to do it as quickly as you can and without any helpers. But if you need a helper, you can use your chart or use any of the strategies that we've been practicing.